susah. Mati macam.
In an instant, a group of well-meaning strangers turned a car accident into a death trap. It was April 26th, a Sunday evening in Klang, Malaysia. A 60-year-old man lost control of his car, tipping it onto its side, right on the edge of a deep monsoon drain. The driver survived the initial impact, but tragically drowned after the vehicle plunged into the water. Driven by the pure instinct to save a life, bystanders had rushed in. They broke the windshield, surrounded the vehicle, and gripped the chassis, intending to flip the car upright. But in that uncoordinated moment, instead of moving away from the ledge, their collective momentum pushed the vehicle over the brink. It tumbled roof-first into the dark water. What followed, captured on a viral video, sparked a firestorm. This tragedy poses a haunting ethical question. Was this intervention actually necessary? In many rescues, fire or smoke acts as the ultimate green light for risky moves. However, witnesses confirmed the car was not on fire. There was no immediate threat of an explosion. Professional first responders argue the urgency was perceived, not actual. When a victim is stable and without fire risk, standard medical protocol is stay and play. Keep the victim still to prevent spinal injuries and wait for professionals. By flipping the car, bystanders bypassed the most basic rule of emergency response. First, do no harm. They reacted to a crisis that hadn't manifested, ultimately creating a lethal one. The crowd wanted to help, but their lack of training made the situation worse. Without stabilizing the car, such as tying it to a tree or another vehicle, any force applied to upright, it was statistically likely to push it toward the path of least resistance, the deep drain below. An uncomfortable aspect of this dilemma is how the outcome dictates our moral judgment. If the crowd had successfully flipped the car and the driver walked away, this viral video would be a triumph. Those men would be receiving People's Hero Awards. We only call Good Samaritans heroes when their action pays off. When it fails, those same actions are labeled reckless. The true issue isn't the spirit of the act, but the execution. But while Klang shows the danger of doing too much, history shows us an even more famous case where doing nothing was considered a crime. To understand the global legal stakes, we must look at the most famous Good Samaritan dilemma in modern history: the 1997 death of Princess Diana. When the princess's car crashed in Paris, the first to arrive were paparazzi. Rather than providing first aid, they took photographs. To the world, this was a moral monstrosity. In France, it was a criminal offense. France operates under a duty to rescue law. Under Article 223-6 of the French Penal Code, failing to assist someone in peril is a crime. The paparazzi were investigated for non-assistance and manslaughter. Ultimately, French courts dropped these charges in 2002. Judges ruled the crash was the intoxicated driver's fault, and the paparazzi couldn't have provided meaningful medical help. Yet, the principle stands. They were investigated for doing nothing. So, where does this leave you? If you see an accident tomorrow, are you legally protected if things go wrong? This contrast brings us to the Malaysian legal dilemma. Malaysia lacks a comprehensive Good Samaritan law, statutes found in the US or Australia designed to shield well-meaning rescuers from prosecution if they cause accidental harm. Instead, Malaysia relies on common law principles. While courts rarely punish reasonable rescuers, there is no explicit statutory shield. Good intent inevitably collides with the risk of gross negligence. If the public uses an inherently dangerous technique, like pushing an unstable vehicle near a drain, that legal shield cracks. Consequently, South Klang Police are investigating the incident under Section 41(1) of the Road Transport Act, forced to determine causality. Did the driver die from the crash or the public's intervention? This legal gray area creates the hero's chill. If police deem the bystanders negligent, it sets a precedent that makes people hesitate before helping. We are witnessing a societal shift where having a good heart is no longer sufficient for high-stakes rescues. Klang reminds us that mercy isn't always enough. Sometimes the most heroic act is holding the crowd back and waiting for experts. The dilemma remains. The law asks us to be good neighbors, but offers no manual. The desire to help is humanity's best trait, but Klang teaches a cold lesson. Absent an immediate, escalating danger like fire, the best help you can give might be to simply wait.